All right. I hope you guys can hear me. I just started the broadcast. Let's go to the video so I can also see myself and see my comments. There we are. Great. All right. I'll just put off the sound and let myself rumble. Why am I not seeing pause? Yeah, I've got ad blocker on. That's sometimes a little bit annoying. There we go. All right, I see some people. Anticipation is mounting. Hi, Brighton dude. Candace from Jeffrey, Punta Gorda, Florida, checking in. Cool, cool. Yeah, you can take it. Yeah, sure. Awesome. That is really cool. Working for me, good. I'm currently at Starbucks. That's the place I'm doing this live stream from. It might be a bit loud around here. Lots of stuff going on. I just had a coffee. I just threw it away though, but it was a big, nice, cold coffee, and I really enjoyed it. But that's the hassle about this sort of place. Let me turn to myself because I'm quite distracting. Anyway, there we are. Yeah, I can look at this. There we go. All right. So yeah, that's why I'm at Starbucks. I'm in Prague at the moment. Cycling is over officially. The European bike tour is done. By the way, if the connection drops out or anything, let me know right when it happens, because I'm using open Wi-Fi. It's not the safest way, and I know that. It's definitely not the safest way, but I hope that it works. I did some tests, and each test was kind of different. Sometimes the upload speed was good, sometimes it was really bad, so I hope it doesn't drop out. But anyways, if you have any questions, by the way, I have a Q&A section in this live stream as well, to see how long it will be. Hi, Nick. I see you just checked in as well. Really awesome. Let's see on the YouTube. All right, that'll be good. Awesome. So yeah, as you can see, the coffee is behind me, the coffee beans. Starbucks is such a nice place. I know it's not like it's an American company, it's a bit Americanized. This is basically the only, apart from KFC, I've been to once. But I tried to keep it as minimal as possible, but I just need good internet to do these live streams and keep them going. Yeah, it's cool. So anyways, yeah, I wanted to talk in this live stream about my last few days of cycling. The videos on YouTube are at Zakopani. Yesterday I uploaded, was it yesterday or was it the day before yesterday? I think it was the day before yesterday. I uploaded the last video, which was my mountain climb to Kozelec, a 2155 meter mountain in the Polish Tatars. Day before yesterday, yeah, true. And yesterday I skipped because the internet at my place is so bad. Like the upload speed is so slow. It couldn't upload the video, but right now it's up. Or no, it's not up actually. I deleted it again because it was just going so slow. Yeah, the Tatra Mountains were so beautiful. Really spectacular views. And I had a great time. By the way, this is my whole time in Krakow. And it's not ending yet, guys, because the next video, the video that I'm going to be uploading tonight, so that will be up in like 4 hours from now, is from Krakow. I went to Krzykawa, which is a very small little town between Krakow and, if you know the place, Katowice. It's in the southwest of Poland, sort of in the southwest, close to Wrocław as well, and close to the Czechian border. It's in that corner, and a fan of the channel lives there. His name is Bishak or Zbigniew or Zebu. He's got like 3 names. I don't know. I just I think I call him different names in the vlogs. But I use my drone a lot because he showed me all the cool places in that area, and it was so awesome. We went to 3 castles. We saw a cave. We saw some mining operations. What else did we see? Some beautiful like Australian-looking cliffs, like orange cliffs, as well as yeah, a bunch of other stuff. I cannot really name it on top of my head. Oh, the desert, of course, the desert. The desert was really beautiful. There's a desert, like one of the biggest deserts in Europe. Like the only thing you see in Poland was really spectacular. And I flew the drone around, beautiful shots. That's really gonna be nice. Hi, Brighton dude. I hope you can hear me, see me well. I know that the connection might be not great. Let's just jump over to the YouTube. Yeah, seems good. Seems good. I'm not lagging out over here, which is nice. So, anyways, yeah, Poland is ending with a banger. Like it's really cool. Hey, Rob, Jonathan, you're from the Ore Mountains. Where are those? The Ore Mountains. What's up, Brian, dude? What's up? You can hear and see, but there is something. He's working. Oh, so you're watching a live stream while working? Is that allowed, man? Can you do that? Be careful. Be careful. I don't want to get you fired, you know? If you're working at like a job, you have as much as I can afford. All right, seems enough. Saxony, Germany. Cool, Jonathan. Really cool. Yeah, but anyways, I was talking about Poland. Yeah, Poland's ending with a banger. Like great, two really cool videos with Zbigniew, a local. He has lived in that place all of his life. Oh, Brian, dude is self-employed. Okay, kind of like me, but I know sometimes you can be very productive, and then other times you're like, like I kind of have that today. I added 2 videos today, and there were 2 like very big videos. But I don't really feel I've accomplished something, and it took a little while to find a good place with Wi-Fi, so I ended on the Starbucks. Good question, Marche. What are your plans after Europe? If you checked into my last live stream, I explained my future plans, in which I said that I'm going to be going to Australia. Now that plan is still going strong, but there are some complications and some little tweaks in that plan, because the original plan is to go to Australia as fast as possible, like going there as soon as I could, which is basically right now applying for the visa, right now getting the flight ticket, getting it ready, and maybe spending like 3 to 4 weeks in Holland, and then just shoot off to Australia. I want to take a little bit more time, so I'm probably gonna stay in Holland for maybe 2 months, something like that, until October. A big reason for that is because my money is running low, but it's not really the main reason. I don't know what is really the main reason, but I just don't want to over rush things, you know what I mean? And I really have some should go to New Zealand at the same time. Yes. Oh, when I'm in that area, guys, when I'm in Australia, like the relocation to that place, it's not just Australia. I'm gonna go to New Zealand, to Southeast Asia, maybe even going to like the Pacific Islands, like Fiji and stuff. That would be super amazing. Anyways, that's just me in my head, like just like dreaming and having amazing ideas. And I also have ideas for back home in Holland. I want some things to do, or I want to do some things. I want to make some really awesome videos. I want to talk a little bit about my YouTube history and how I came to be TravelingTice. Like, what were my intentions? How, what were my influences, my inspiration? And I really have a big idea that I came up with yesterday, like a pretty awesome idea. And it has to do with my podcast, but I do not want to tell you. My patrons, that was the plan. My patrons are going to be the first to know about this idea that I have. And this idea caused me to not sleep for like 2 hours last night. I was in bed. I was just thinking about this idea, and it's really cool. And it has to do with one of my weaknesses as well. And I really want to make it like a big strength of me. And I think it's something that not many people have done. Or no, I don't think there's anything like this on YouTube or just online. It's about my podcast. I want to bring the podcast to YouTube, not to my main channel, but I want to open like the TravelingTice podcast, like a new channel, and I want to revamp it. I want to make it something special, because I really have a really cool idea for this podcast. Anyways, I get some questions here. My scenery there, I know, guys. The only thing I'm used to be honest, is Europe. It's all I've seen. I've been to America once, Canada twice. But that was back in the day, man. That was like a couple years ago. America was actually last year, and it was a 3-week trip with my mom and dad in an RV. I vlogged it, so you can. I don't have a link, but just go to my channel and go to one of the earlier videos, and you will see America trip. Great trip. But it was really fast. We saw a lot of things, but we saw mostly the highlights. And I really want to go back to America or you know, uncharted territory for me is Australia and Oceania, and that's gonna be a plan. So it's totally awesome. Anyways, Australia and then cycle all the way home. James. I have been thinking about that. Yeah, that's maybe. That will be totally awesome. I can imagine you want to let your Europe trip land and it's like further. I'm very curious about next trip. Yes, that's the thing, guys. I like Europe. Europe is amazing. Like I've actually not seen Prague yet. I'm on the outskirts of Prague right now, about 3 kilometers from the city center. My Airbnb apartment is actually 5 kilometers from the center. I've not seen the center yet. But tomorrow I'm gonna relocate. I'm not gonna stay at this apartment anymore. I'm gonna go to a hostel right in the center. It's probably a party hostel, something like that. I'm in for it. I really don't like. I right now doing work, and then at the hostel I can do whatever, you know, meet people, which is really amazing. And it's a cheap hostel, so I needed that. So, anyways, so yeah, my plans at Europe is to go to Australia, but first I do want to go to Holland and you know just spend time there. Probably 2 months, but I do already feel that I cannot stay there for like 6 months again. Last year, cannot do that, guys. Like I don't know. I'm probably gonna drive myself mad in such a situation. I also talked about this in the vlog. But one kind of like a thing that has been kind of like ooh that's kind of cool to stay home for is a job opportunity in web development. And it was just an email sent to me in which they said do you have it was kind of like a job board, like a job for web developers and freelancers online, and they said do you have 6 months to work on a project. Never said anything about location, no details whatsoever. They just said do you have time. They work with React.js, which I learned, as well as some other frameworks that I knew a little bit about. So I said, I said in my whole situation, like I don't have much money. What can you offer? Here's my phone number. We can call. Since then, they have not responded yet. It's weekend, so that might be part of it. But yeah, that's one of the things that I might stay home for a little bit longer. But I know for myself, I want to get out there and want to have an adventure. So yeah, Australia, I'm coming. I'm definitely coming. And Joseph, I'm coming, by the way, the one with road. He's in bed. He said he wasn't going to stick around for the live stream. But we've been talking for a long time. We have our differences, and I think those will become apparent in the vlog. But I think that will be much more interesting because we are very similar, and that's what he says. Like we're in the exact same boat. We both don't have much money. We both love cycling. But when we talk, I can really feel that we do have some different views on this world, and I think that's a really cool and interesting thing to make videos about. So I'm gonna keep making videos like all the way back home. I've got some really cool ideas, and also in Australia, of course, I'm gonna vlog it all. Maybe not daily, but I want to keep a minimum of 3 videos a week. Like that's my minimum. And cycle all the way home. It is very good to turn weaknesses into strengths. Yeah, that is going to be a big thing. And it also has to do with my video that I did with Bicycle Touring Pro when I met him. It's about that weakness. And there was one commenter, which is, I think, one of my most negative comments I've received. One of my most... It hurts. It was a hurtful comment that I got, and you're probably going to be able to see it when you go on that video, because that video got a lot of comments. But there was this one comment that told the truth, and that's what made it really painful, is that it told the exact truth of what I was feeling and what I was kind of like afraid of people finding that. And of course, most of you were very positive and saying you had a great time probably with Bicycle Pro. We just didn't really see that much of it. And that's also part of this podcast. So maybe I already have an idea what I want to do, but since that I met Bicycle Pro, I've been thinking about this a lot in my head, and actually also putting it to use with other people that I met. So yeah. Anyway, I'm already leaving too many clues. But if you're a Patreon supporter, right after this live stream, on Patreon, I'm gonna tell it. I'm just gonna throw it out there, but I don't want to put it on YouTube yet because I don't know. I don't want to. I want to do it at some point, but right now I first want to get it like a little bit of an idea. It's still an idea, you know. I first want to get like the channel ready, and I want to get some leads. Anyways, hey, my little brother is there. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, I know I'm starting to drop out. Shit, that is not cool. Oh no. I hope I'm still visible. Hello, Tice. You had a problem with your GPS? I'm not using GPS here. I hope I'm not having any problems here. Are you driving through the Saxon Switzerland after Prague, Jonathan? I'm stopping in Prague, so I cannot guarantee that. I do want to. I plan to return to the road. Okay, I'm still visible. Cool. I do plan to return to the road after Australia in Europe, but as someone else, James, requested here, maybe you can cycle from Australia back home, and that will be quite the trip. But that would, of course, like throw some things around about my plans, because my original plan, if you go to travelingtice.com/tour map, you can see my original plan, which is going through Europe, crisscross all the countries in Europe. So from Prague, I was going to go all the way to Switzerland. Yes, I was going to, maybe not the Saxon region. I don't know exactly where that is located. But my plan was to go to Switzerland. And the main reason was Liechtenstein, because it's just such a small country, and it's like, it's a country, you know, I really want to go to Liechtenstein. So that was the plan, to go Switzerland, Liechtenstein, and then turn around Austria, and then back to Slovakia. So where can I find that comment? Oh, you can find it. It's just on that video by Screen Pro video. It starts with, "You blew it, man. You blew it." Yeah, really. When I read that comment, I think it was like commented right after the video was uploaded. It was like, "Yep, exactly. This is what I thought would happen." Right, and of course, you know, there is more gonna happen. There are more of these negative comments coming, like, no doubt, because I'm doing something that interests a group of people, but I think there is also a group of people that has different ideas, but I think I'm not famous enough for that group of people to see me. But I think if I start growing, there might be people that think like, "Dude, what the are you doing? Like, I don't get it." You know, people that just don't get it, maybe they get frustrated, maybe they're not happy, and then you get negative comments. And this negative comments, maybe he didn't mean it to be so negative or so mean, but it kind of felt like it, because it was the truth. You know, it was like, I kind of blew it. I sort of kind of blew it, and yeah, you know, it hurt a little bit. Anyways, right. Candace McSheffrey, by the way, is a Patreon donator, aren't you? Together with your husband, I think, or your friend. I don't know. I forgot the name. I think it was Vincent. Was it Vincent? No, it was Vincent Middleton. Was another one, I think. I got some recent Patreon donators, which is really, really amazing. Anyways, still working here. Don't bother the super chats, by the way. I see that people use super chats so many times. Not on my videos. I haven't. David was your husband, right. I haven't really seen. I've seen on other people like Chayo Nation, people using super chat, but I think that YouTube takes like 1/3 of your donation. YouTube takes from you. So I would encourage you to go to my Patreon. You can start as low as $1 a month. If you want to donate me, and on Patreon, I give you guys a little bit back. So on Patreon, I have got a weekly segment, which is called You Decide. So my patrons can decide on something each week. Anything, like this week is You Decide about where my patrons want to have a shout out. So I'm right now editing my new videos, and it's not this video, but it's going to be a few videos later that my patrons will have a little shout out at the end of the video, because I think it was 2 patrons or 3 already that said, "I would like to have the shout out at the end of the video." I also said maybe in the description or somewhere else, but you want it in the end of the video. So there you go. You know, you decide about that. You know, just small things. Last week was you decide about an item that I should review. Actually, no suggestions on that one, or no items, but I actually did that one before, so maybe a few people that already had their item reviewed didn't really want any other items to be reviewed. But if you do, and if you are a patron, you can also sign up there, and then you can choose. And I will do those. I put like a big list of all the things that I want to make videos on, and a lot of it is based on your recommendations by You Decide. So I think You Decide is a really cool thing, and it really makes like my 15 patrons like a little bit of a community. You know, it's just amazing. I really like that, to be able to give something to people that give something extra to me. You know, I love it. I love it. It's not so bad, guys. I know. It just goes on in my head. It's just some negative comments they get to you, you know, and I shouldn't let them get to me, but you know, sometimes they just do. But yeah. My little brother asked, but is the whole European trip cancelled? Are you gonna continue it later? As I said, it's a plan in the process, and my plans change constantly. So no, it's definitely not canceled, because my dream is to cycle in every country in the world, you know. But you know, it will be back later. But I mean, Australia and a totally different part of the world, different things. I think it's gonna be really awesome. Your battery is low. I'm sorry. Get a charger. Where are you, by the way, Johan? Where are you? Say hi, big fan touring bike. Hey, Korkaptai Kaujen. I think I've seen some of your comments. Really cool. Really cool. So, anyways, were there any other things I wanted to talk about? I haven't really talked about cycling in Czechia yet, have I? So, wait. All right, there we go. So, cycling in Czechia. The last 4 days, I've been cycling in Czechia. I've started in the east, in a place called Ostrava, where I crossed the border into Czechia from Poland. I think I cycled for 1 day in Poland from Zbigniew's house to a little campground. And then I cycled to Ostrava, where I had a pension for 2 nights. And then oh, Joachim's at home. What day is it today? It's Sunday today. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's also cool when I go back home. I can show you my viewers a little bit about my family, because I already did a family Q&A. But it's pretty interesting where I live, like in my little village. Like my grandma lives in that village. Like all of my aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody lives in the same place. And I think a lot of people in America don't really have that privilege. So I mean, we see, like, as the big family, from grandma to aunts, uncles, we see each other pretty much every week. When I'm back home, on every Sunday, we first go to grandma from my dad's side. Yeah, so grandma, grandpa. And we see like cousins, aunts, a bunch of people. And our family is not so big, though. I don't really have like too many. I think total there are like 20 people in there, like from dad's and mom's side. I don't really know. And then afterwards we go to grandma from my mom's side. My grandpa from my mom's side died. I think it was 5 years ago, so we only have grandma. But it's really cool. I really like that. Right, Duncan. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting off track here. But anyway, that's some ideas for when I go back home, to show you a little bit about that. But yeah, Czechia. Czechia is hilly. Duncan has some questions. Hills, yes. Really steep hills. Yeah, it's pretty almost. It's not mountainous, but it's just you don't have much flat, to be honest. I think only around big areas, big cities, which are in a river valley. That's where you sometimes have flat. But I think that the country is shaped in such a way that the mountains kind of go from north to south. They kind of go like this. And if my hand is the country, I was going. Maybe you can see that. Like, how should I do? Like this. All right, like this. So this is where I was, and this is where I was going. So this is Prague, and I had to go over all these hills, and it was, guys. Sometimes I was 200 meters down, then I had to climb back up to like 400, 500 meters, then down again, 600 meters up, down again. I was in a very sparsely populated place as well, or the route that I did was going through a lot of very, very tiny villages. And I felt like really wasn't going fast because I found, for example, this supermarkets not far away. I was like, okay, I'm going to set my target on that. And then it was just climbing. And I was like, I'm exhausted. I want to camp. So, oh yeah, and that's another thing. From Ostrava, so I just crossed the border in Czech Republic. Hey, Zbigniew is there. Cool, awesome. From Czech Republic, from Ostrava, I had a pension there. I was like, okay, I want to do a little challenge for myself. So the challenge was to spend zero money on accommodation until Prague. So it was about 3 days. The first night I stayed at a couch surfer's place. Now that was a weird experience because I sent like maybe 20 messages on warm showers and couch surfing in the area that I was going to. That was, going there. Can I stay at your place? I can cook. I can do whatever. I'm this and this guy. You can find me on YouTube. Basically the whole story. And I did a bit of copy pasting. Of course, I changed the name. That's a mistake that I did before, that I forgot to change the name. So, for example, I was contacting Jessica, and I said, "Hey, Darren," or something like that, or "Hey, Jan." Dude, I'm not a guy. I'm a girl. Like just stupid stuff. But anyways, there weren't any it started like sending messages, and then I got decline. Sorry, I'm busy at the moment. Sorry, I already have some couch surfing. Stay at my place. Sorry, I don't have time. Whatever. There was this one woman. I think she was in her beginning of 30s. Looked pretty young, not too old. Which might be able to host me. And this was in the town called Olomouc. So I cycled from Ostrava to Olomouc. And I was like, oh, please, this is a pretty cool challenge. And I've never really stayed at a couch surfer's place. Could you host me? She said, yeah, sure. But you have to take some things into consideration. First, I'm going to arrive at my home very late. I think it was like 10 o'clock or half past 9 that she was going to arrive at the house. So I had to wait until that time. And second, I had to wake up really, really early, like really early. So I went to her place. She had a cat. She also had a boyfriend, but the boyfriend was not at home. So she made a couch. She had a nice couch, a different room, and I slept there. It was pretty okay, but it was like, hello, my name is Thijs, and I only talked a little bit about my travel, and that was it. I only talked about that. Then she said, oh, I'm going to bed. Tomorrow we have to wake up at 5 o'clock. I was like, it's already 10 o'clock. You want me to wake up 5? So no, it was fine. It's fine. But that's the trade-off with couch surfing, is that you really I was sending 20 messages. Sometimes I wanted add a little bit of personalization. So maybe hey Paul, awesome that you're here. Sorry, I just I'm all over the place. Am I not? I try to end this conversation that I'm having. Anyway, this story. So I was staying. So yeah, that's the problem with couch surfing, is that you're trying to really you hassle for a place to stay, and then when you get your place, exactly, you have to cope with the habits or the things that that person has. So I had to wake up at 5 in the morning. And that was not fun. That day before was a lot of climbing. I was exhausted, and I woke up at 5. I was still exhausted, and I cycled into town. No shops were open. I was in a really beautiful town. I was like, oh, maybe I can tomorrow morning. I can sit at a coffee shop here, start my day well, and then cycle out relaxed. Oh no, I had to it was 5 in the morning. It was 5:30 when I was in the city center. Couldn't do anything, so I just rode. And I remember taking maybe 20 breaks on that day. I was exhausted, and I cycled. I cycled the whole day, but it took me but I only covered 70 kilometers because of the hills. It was so hilly, and that was pretty hard. So that night I did the thing that is sort of my comfort zone. I cycled in the woods. So I did wild camping. It's allowed. It's okay in Czechia. There are enough forests to do that in, especially on top of hills. There tend to be more forests, and I was also going through a nature reserve area twice. No, actually once and then twice. So the first time was couch surfing, and the second 2 nights were sleeping in the forest. And if you've been following me on Instagram, I had some great meals that I made with my new pan. I bought a new pan. That's, I think, the video that's going to come tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a video about my tour adjustments, because when my parents visited me, they brought some items that I bought, and they also gave me a pan set that I wanted. They paid for it. It's really nice, kind of like my birthday present, a cook set. And I used that I put that to good use. I made pancakes, omelet in the morning, which was really, man, if you eat well, I can feel it. Like right now, I don't have a kitchen at my apartment, and like it kind of sucks. But sorry, I'm getting a lot of messages here. I'm gonna read them in a bit, Brian, dude. Just hang on. But so yeah, I had no kitchen, and I can already feel like I just have to like eat bread, and it's cool. But just having like an omelet in the morning, and I liked it. I really liked it, and the day after, like I had great energy and everything was going well again. I also did, I think, one recipe from the Bike Camp Cookbook, which is a book that I use sometimes to learn recipes for on the road. The writer is also has cycle toured and used, her own, like she had the same cook set, the same equipment to make those meals. So yeah, wild camping for me, personally, I like it a lot more than staying at couch surfers places. But that's just me. That's my my approach to it. So yeah, it was hilly. Any other things that he said? Headwinds. I had a slight headwinds, but because I was going over these hills, when I was in the valley, like the wind was going over me. So not much wind. The wind was pretty okay. Only maybe there were some open spaces where the wind was kind of like pretty, like I could feel it, but I had a headwind most of the time. I did not feel a tailwind at all. So. Anyways, punctures, nope. My Schwalbe marathon tires, they are good. They are so good. I've had some gravel roads, guys. They're almost like rocky, like big pointy rocks, like all scattered over it, and I try to avoid them, but sometimes you get like a jitter, you know what I mean? And it's right now I'm making jittery movements, and people are looking strange at me. Anyways, yeah, you can see I said somewhere else just a minute ago, but then you could see some stuff in the back, so I think that this is a bit better. But anyways, yeah, the tires are holding on really strong. I think I only pumped them up once, and it's really great. Map errors, yeah. In Poland also, I used Komoot again. I tried to use Komoot, which is another app that I use sometimes. It's spelled Komoot. You can find it on the Google Play Store, on the App Store, and it basically is like Google Maps, but then especially for cyclists. So it takes a cycle-friendly route. It's better than Google Maps because Google Maps doesn't work in Czech Republic for cyclists. You can get a pedestrian route or a car route. And there weren't any like clear cycling routes going from where I was to Prague. So I just said, Komoot, Prague, let's go. And I could also see a height chart, which was really nice. So yeah, Komoot was good. Sometimes, yeah, as I said, dirt roads. And as soon as I thought, okay, this might turn into a dirt road, or sometimes Komoot said in 2 kilometers, or no less, in like 400 meters, turn right onto hiking path. Sometimes it said hiking path. I'm like, hiking path? I'm going to look. And that's where I use Locus, Locus, which is, for me, the best in picking roads. So sometimes I was like, okay, so let's go. Komoot is sending me on this road right here. But this road is paved, better, less steep. Why don't I just take the other road? So sometimes I pick the road myself, but that only happened a couple of times. The roads in Poland are a bit better. No, the roads in the Czech Republic are a bit better than the roads in Poland. Sorry, for Poland, but they tend to be a bit better out here. What's the biggest regular nuisance on your travels? Sorry, I don't know what nuisance is. It's something like an inconvenience, you could say, Duncan. I hope you're still around. This is a bit of an older question. Regular nuisance. If anyone can explain that. Sorry, my English is. A lot of people think that I'm like half American or come from the UK or something, but my English is not my native language. So there are some words that I still do not understand fully. I had another example of that. I don't know, a couple months ago, but nuisance. Can anyone explain that? Sorry, Duncan, but I would love to answer the question if I knew what it meant. Right, cheers. Just wanted to say hi. Drew, thank you. We'll watch later. Thank you. All right, Brighton dude has some questions or some reactions. I'm planning on getting a motorhome. That's cool. Drive to lovely locations, then cycle there. Get up when I want. Cities equals spending, right? I'm planning a trike and motorhome. That's cool. As well as bicycle. Wow. Shit, where are you? I lost you. I need a big garage. True. But they are out there. Folding trike goes in garage. So that's your van, by the way. Basically. Brighton dude, if you follow Gio Nation, he went to, if you're like me, I've been actually looking into trikes as well because I really like their idea of them and that they're so comfortable. And so Gio Nation has the HP Velotechnic trike, but it's like $6,000 for like the base model, which is insanely expensive, or $5,000 or something. Nick is getting an HP and a Mercedes Sprinter. I'm not into cars. I actually don't have my driver's license, and I think I'm gonna get it at some point. But I need to be home for extended period of time. Maybe I can get my driver's license when I go back home. Maybe I can do that, because you know what it is, guys. I haven't really had any need to get a car, but sometimes like I have been looking into van touring, like van life, as they say it. And it would be quite interesting to like van around the place and then cycle somewhere, like Dutch Two Bros doing that style. But it will also maybe add some like how would you say, some flexibility in my schedule. So yeah, if you guys have any like tips on how to get like accelerated driver's license, maybe some people from the Netherlands. I don't even know if I can get it in the different country, like no idea. But yeah, it might be an idea. But cool idea, Brighton dude. And as I was saying about HP Velotechnic, expensive trike, Gio Nation went to a trike factory of Performer trikes. And I went to their website of Performer, and it might be a little bit of advertising for them, but their trikes are like $1,600, which is like as expensive as a normal bicycle, and the trikes are good quality. So yeah, I'm actually really like interested in maybe buying a Performer trike later for my tour. So anyways, I got so many ideas, guys. I'm just getting excited sitting in this coffee shop and people looking weird at me. I really don't care anymore. I really do not care. Anyways, very nice. I'm planning a second-hand motorhome. Say my parents, but and your little brother. I know, but in English, like in Dutch, we have a different word for your small family. So that means your parents and any siblings, and your big family. So that's like grandma, grandpa, cousins, aunts, uncles. In Holland, that will be called a family. Like a big family. But a small family in Holland is a gezin. And that would be kind of like a better name to say, because I have an awesome little brother. Give him a little shout out. You can go to his channel, Jochem Knalt. He's in the chat, so you can maybe click on his face, and he's got the. I made that picture, by the way. He likes to think. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. A Heimer, something like that. A Heimer, is that a car? I'm sorry, I'm really not into cars. I just saw this conversation with Elon Musk and MKBHD. MKBHD is a YouTuber that I like to follow sometimes. Interesting. It also really like kind of gets me into cars, but I mean cars are expensive. Oh, my little brother even knows what nuisance is. That's crazy. Okay, so it means inconvenience, or I don't know. Yeah, mainly like in Czech Republic, nuisance. The hills were just stupid. They were no fun. And the stupid thing is, like, sometimes you go up a hill and you rise like 2 to 3 to 400 meters, and you think, all right, let's see where I can get this view. You know, I want to have like a nice view of the surrounding area. And sometimes I did have good views, but it, meh, like not like in Ukraine, for example, in the Carpathian Mountains, I only had one big like steep climb at the top. I camped on that mountain. Beautiful, like a beautiful view. But yeah, not really in the Czech Republic, so that was kind of disappointing. But for the rest, I didn't really speak to too many people, and it was a bit sparsely populated. I had some cool conversations actually on the first day of cycling in Czech Republic, like full day in Czech Republic, I think. I met a guy that was just cycling in his area, and we talked a little bit, and he spent 15 days without any money and traveled to like 10 countries. Yeah, he traveled to 10 countries in 15 days. Really cool. That was really interesting. 32 or 35-inch tires or centimeter. What is the meaning of 32 or 35? I think mine are 35, like thickness, right? Mine are 35. I think it's millimeter. 35 marathon tires. It's the brand. The name is the Marathon GT Plus or GT, something like that. Something with GT. Anyway, yeah, amazing tires. Marathon. Used it for years. Yeah, I know. I got a new bike, by the way, a Trek. Did you? Can you send a photo? Oh wait, of course it's my little brother's birthday tomorrow. Oh shit, 13 years old, right? I very bad. No wait, he's from 2005. So is that 14 years? Wow, are you already 14 years? Johan, that can be 13 or 14. I'm so bad with dates. I don't even know what I've had. Like I think I've said like a dozen times. Right now I'm 19 years old, but I think I've said a dozen times when I was 19 years old that I was 18 still, because I just passed my birthday. But anyway, my little brother's birthday is tomorrow, so wish him a happy birthday already. It's really cool. Yeah. Regular marathons are great. Yeah, I got Marathon GT. They don't have like big groups, just a pretty good profile. Komoot, and it connects to something. Yeah, Komoot is great. There's problems. Thanks for that translation in Dutch. When are you planning to go on the road / where are you heading? So yeah, I'm gonna be not cycling for a while, at least 2.5 months, like any like overnight cycle. I might do something in the Netherlands. That'll be actually kind of cool, right? Like when I'm back home, just explore the area for a little bit, like go around the area for a little bit, you know, just explore some places, because, you know, I kind of have to keep that exploration mindset going. And yeah, there are some interesting places I can go to. I was actually thinking of maybe doing like my biggest day in the Netherlands, because it's so flat and just cover some ground, and maybe just go into one direction, like shoot off in one direction, get somewhere, and then maybe take a train back home. Something like that, like 200-kilometer day or something crazy, you know, just don't pack too much stuff. Oh, actually, there is going to be one sort of cycling day in the Netherlands that is going to happen, because from Prague, where I'm right now, in 1 week, I'm going to stay here for 1 more week. So next weekend on I think Saturday, so next Saturday, I'm taking a bus to Amsterdam. So I will be in Amsterdam, and then I'm going to cycle back home. So from Amsterdam to my house is about 35 kilometers. So yeah, I'll have a 35-kilometer cycle day in the Netherlands, and I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty awesome, like a coming home type thing, which I didn't have last time, because my best friend picked me up and drove me straight home. I think right now he wants to pick me up from Amsterdam as well, but I think I will say to him, like, I just want to do this myself and cycle like home to Holland. I think that's a pretty cool idea to do that myself, and yeah, drone shots and just make like a regular video, but then in my home country. I think that's really cool. Anyway, Van is great. My mom asks about the driver's license. How are you gonna pay that? Patreon? I don't know. Yeah, no idea. To be honest, um, no idea. So it's probably not gonna happen. It's wishful thinking, isn't it? Yeah. Give it time. Just buy an old banger when you've got some cash in the bank. Same thing. Just need some cash. I know. That's my plan for Australia and also for Holland, guys. I want to do the best I can. Really, like I got some opportunities and it's already going pretty well because I already have one client from the Netherlands. It's small. It's only 20 euros a month to update his website. He's a writer, a Dutch writer. He writes books, and he used to be my teacher. He used to be my mentor at school. Oh, my little brother will be 13 years. I was right. 13 years old. Cool, cool. Anyways, so yeah, I do have some small projects going on, but I think if I just work on my portfolio websites and maybe also do this TravelingTice podcast idea, which I'm so pumped to do that. Like this idea that I have in my head about what I want to do with the TravelingTice podcast is so, I think, really, really interesting, really, really cool. And I think if I get like a few episodes in, I think the popularity will rise. I've not tested it. That's one of the things that I really want to do. But yeah, I just want to get it out there. I just want to work on that. You know, that's the thing. I just want to work. Basically, I just want to put the max in trying to work. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just gonna do my best. I'm just gonna kick some ass and try to. Of course, I'm gonna get sleep. Like I'm not a crazy guy. I do get. I think Casey Neistat posted a tweet that he was averaging 3.5 hours of sleep per night, like going to bed at 1:30 and then waking up at like 5 o'clock. And I don't work like that, guys. I just need sleep, like 8 hours, 8.5 hours is what I usually do. And I'm trying to get like sort of like a morning routine in. So I wake up at 6. I go to bed early as well, and I used to do that back home. I used to go to bed at like 8 p.m. But I had a job, so I had to wake up at 4 in the morning to go to my job. But it wasn't actually so bad because I kind of liked it. I kind of like being a morning person. And this morning I woke up at 6. I think I did go to bed a bit late because this idea kept me awake for very long. But yeah, I want to get like a morning routine. Like I wake up and then I do a little bit of meditation. That's what I've been experimenting with, and it sort of kind of helps in some ways. It's very interesting. I'm just, I'm young, so I'm just trying to experiment. Anyways, secondhand trike is of course a lot cheaper, but that's the thing with secondhand. Like in the long term, is it like more expensive or cheaper? Anyways, it's an expensive motorhome. Yeah, I just don't have the money. We celebrated it yesterday. All right, true. Yeah, yesterday you had the birthday party. Yeah. Oh, Tim is such a great supporter. If you've seen his comments, he seems to like my little brother better than me. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. I know he's better. Tim, just go away. Go away if you don't like me, Tim. Just little Tice. Nice. Come stay with me in London. Would love to, man. I saw your video about the Olympic Park. Would be pretty interesting to see that. But I will come there, Tim. I'll come there. I actually kind of want to join you on the trip to one of like the counties because Tim is taking off a pretty cool journey. Because of course he has a job, he has a wife, children, living the normal life, you could say, not a full-time traveler. But with the time that he has, he's trying to make the most of it. And right now he lives in London, in a neighborhood in London, and he wants to cycle in every county in the UK. So Wales, England, and Scotland as well, I think, and Ireland he wanted to do on a separate trip, but he says he's gonna take weekend trips, and I think it's really cool, man. Really, like, do that. It's really cool. I see you're back home anytime soon or staying in Prague for the time being. Okay, so Paul is heading to the Netherlands mid-October, November. I might be back home at that time, mid-October, but I think that is about the time when I want to go to Australia. It used to be end of September. Right now, it's probably going to be start of or mid-October, at the least, or at the most. There are a few minor things that I could do back home, like for example, this job opportunity that would sort of like get me back home, and I don't really know if I want to do that. Anyways, yeah, it's just see you there. I've seen a study that says 9 hours of sleep is best. You know, I think it really like depends on who you are and your like your body basically. I like sleep. I really do. Last night I only had like six hours, I think, but this idea just kept on. I think I was awake in my bed for like 2 hours, and but yeah. Anyhow, I'm almost caught up. Stop teasing us. I know. That's the thing with these live stream guys. I just get my plans, and you can probably tell. But I feel actually a little bit tired now for all the excitement I've been splurging onto this little webcam right here in the bottom corner of my computer. Anyways, it actually doesn't look so bad, doesn't it? Because at first I had to get used to the placement, but I think it's pretty okay, to be honest. TravelingTice, Georgia, USA, cool. Oh man, the US, and another country that I just wanna go to and explore so bad. Anytime, buddy, Germany, whenever you can manage it, yeah, like will be amazing, Tim. It will be really cool. Yeah, that's about it, I think. Yeah, that's about it. A lot of comments. Cool. There are 24 viewers now. Nice. Awesomeness. Really nice. So if you have like any questions or opinions, should I do these live streams more often? It was a little bit of a hassle to get myself located and find Wi-Fi, but if I'm back home, it will be a lot easier. You know, I'll have Wi-Fi right at go time, basically. And I've got this app called speedtest.net, which it's an app on your phone, and it's a website on the laptop. And it saves my life, basically, because it just does a test of how fast the Wi-Fi is. And a summary of what's next. I'll get to that. I know, James. It's confusing. My future is confusing. I know. But speed test is really great, and I think the upload speed here is about 1 megabit per second. But I've read somewhere that 5 megabits would be minimum for a live stream, so I was kind of scared that this wouldn't be enough. But I think it's looking pretty good. Right now, I'm just seeing myself on this side of the screen where my webcam is located, and then here I have the comments on my YouTube. Oh, it's jittery though, as you can see. Sometimes I switch and I can see it's very jittery. It's not very fast, is it? Well, you seem to see me fine. I just don't see myself very well. I see myself being very jittery at the moment. Very bad quality. Anyhow, let's just answer a question. So yeah, James asks a summary of what's next. Short summary. Prague, 1 week, one more week here. I'm gonna go to the castle. I'm gonna go to the city center. I'm gonna go to a museum, explore the area. Okay, so you probably hear me better than you see me, but that's fine. Explore the area and do all that fun stuff. Go to a hostel. I don't want to party too hard. I really don't actually know what to expect, but I've heard some stories, guys, of like party hostels. Kind of gets me a little bit scared. You know, I don't know. Especially Prague is like infamous for that. But my voice is more important. That's true. My voice is very important. You're sending me the photos. Okay, let's have a look. Anyway, I was doing a summary, right? So 1 week Prague, then bus back home, cycle from Amsterdam to home next weekend, home until October, mid-October, let's say, then Australia, and then work there for 3 to 4 to 5 months. I'm gonna be with a guy called Joseph from the Run Good Road. He is there right now. He's in Perth area, by the way. It's not in the Australia, the Perth area is what I'm talking about. So the west coast. He is sort of in the same boat as me. Right now he is trying to find a workaway. He's a fellow cyclist, fellow cycle tour. He does it in a different fashion than I do it. But I think he does it pretty cool, and he's a really cool guy. But we do have our differences and our similarities. So I don't know how long we're going to be able to hold out together. But I just want to focus on the fun. First, just having some fun with that guy, getting to know him a bit better than just via phone calls and whatever. Exploring ourselves, whatever, while we're both like picking berries or something. Like I'm in for adventure, by the way. I just want to get something like different than I've been doing already. From Perth, I want to do a bike tour. So at the time, I will have like summer in Australia, which will be scorching hot. Maybe I'm gonna go up north or maybe to New Zealand when it gets like next summer. So that is exactly a year from now, which is crazy to think about, like so far in the future. New Zealand, I want to go to, if I have a little bit more money. That's my focus for right now. Holland and Australia is find ways to make some money. Australia is going to be a big part in that. Joseph actually wants to tour in Japan, so it might be that next spring or summer we also do a tour in Japan. Southeast Asia is really cool to check out. Taiwan, you have South Korea, North Korea. That I don't know about that, but just Asia, South Asia, Indonesia, Malaysia. Fiji, the Pacific Islands is something I really want to check out. I want to get my driver's license in there somewhere. Really hot in Australia in December, January, February, true. So I don't know if I am going to be able to hold out there. I know it's basically like desert, right? It's like a desert over there, the outback. So I think I think December. I do kind of want to spend Christmas there. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, that's the plan, to spend Australia and have some just freaking amazing adventures over there. Just totally different world from what I'm used to. Joseph has already been teasing me with some things there. Maybe I can be in Perth for a couple months, like not too long, maybe 2 to 3 months at a time. I want to kind of like look at it like month by month, sort of like take maybe 2 months here, 1 month there, and just, you know, kind of like play with the idea. And I know that Joseph also kind of works like that, which is pretty cool. He also doesn't like to stay somewhere for too long. And right now I just want to work, basically. It's a very weird feeling that when I'm cycling, I kind of want to be stationary and being able to have like everything, I know where it is, like just, you know, just a normal routine, so I can focus on some bigger things, if you know what I mean. Because right now, when I'm cycling, I need to focus on where I sleep at night, what I have to eat, you know, how I feel, am I tired, you know, all that sort of stuff. And it takes a lot of focus away from bigger projects that I want to engage myself in and start in the future. Maybe also with Joseph. Joseph also has some plans. Jochem is exactly right. I'm gonna explore Australia. Australia is huge, guys. You know, that country in itself is like, it's going to take so long to explore, and that's definitely going to be a part. Maybe when I work in Perth, the plan is to maybe explore that area, go down to the south coast, which I've heard is really beautiful. Maybe go up to Darwin. You know, I mean, Darwin is already like so far away from Perth, but that area. Maybe cycle from Perth to Sydney, which could take about in the neighborhood of 1 month. I think Joseph did that in about. No, I think it took him longer, like 2 months. Yeah, like 2 months time, where you have like the 90-mile straight. You've got a road where you have a roadhouse, 180 kilometers of nothing, and then another roadhouse, and another elements that might be included in such a trip is Nation, because if you follow Nation, JAYOE.com is the website that I made for him, or JAYOE. You can find him on YouTube as well. He's right now in Taiwan, cycling to Southeast Asia, and eventually also going to Australia. We might be able to tour together as well. So yeah, just so many plans, guys. It's I can't be more excited, to be honest. And of course, the vlog will be always there. Like, I'm gonna vlog everything, every adventure that I have. There's some days I'm not gonna vlog, like what I do right now. Like today and yesterday, I did not vlog because nothing really went on. I was just editing. I was just editing videos and doing all that sort of stuff. So, anyways, I hope you can still see me and hear me. Yeah, it's a bit better. What did you know, Nick? What did you know? Is it about anything? Sorry, there is a little bit of a delay, so maybe you can see that. But yeah, gosh, man, I was just so excited. Yeah, I think that this video has some waves. I also can't really tell. I'm using Google Hangouts as well. Adjust the bandwidth usage. I can adjust the bandwidth usage. I can turn to my screen. We can try that out. Jayo. Yeah, Jayo. You know, another really cool thing about Jayo is that we have been chatting, like, for example, today we send like audio messages to each other. And today we had a chat about shavings, because he's got some issues with it. And I also have some issues with it. Some like pimples on my butt, basically. It's really, really uncomfortable, guys. But so yeah, that's what we're chatting about. Like, he's kind of got the same problems as me, and we're kind of in the same boat. The difference between Jayo and me, though, is that he has some money. You know, he can just. You forgot my photos. Oh, really? I did not. Oh, there. Okay, so my little brother sent me some pictures for. Oh, his new bike, right? We were talking about my brother. Okay, so my brother got a Czech bike. Oh, that's really, really awesome. Maybe I can show them on my I've got WhatsApp on my computer as well. Maybe I can show, because I can screen share on this thing. Wait a minute. I have to start up WhatsApp. I hope I'm not going to drop out while I do this, because yeah, there are quite some people using a laptop here. It's downloading. There we go. All right, let's switch over to screen share. Share. All right. Here you go, guys. Look at that beautiful bike. Well, he's got like the old-fashioned saddle as well. That's and then it's so nice. Look at that. He's got a bottle. Really cool bike. But one thing I'm questioning though, Jochem, where is your front basket? Because if you go to school, you really need that basket. You've got the Strelby Marathon. Look at that bike. Wow. Nice. 3 photos. Oh, forget about this thing. Anyway, cool. Really cool. How do I stop this though? Stop. All right, did that work at all? I have no idea if that worked. Let's see. Oh, it did. Yeah, it did work. All right. Is that a Brooks saddle? Can you say that? Let's see it. Right too. Don't show photos of pimples, please. No, of course not. No. I'm not taking photos of that, guys. I'm not. That's. Yeah, it's a nice bike, but you know, Dutch bikes they've got that front basket, and I always use it for my backpack because I used to carry like such a backpack as I have right now to school, and having that on my back is not great. Like right now, I cycled to this place, and I carried my backpack on my back. I don't like it. Like my back gets sweaty, and I hate it. Yeah, he's gonna put it on his back. You know what you can do, Jochen? In the beginning I didn't do this strategy, but right now I do. Right now, I'm talking about school. The last 3 years of school, I did this strategy in which my school books, I put them in my locker in school, and only if I had homework, I would bring them back home. Now, one disadvantage is that sometimes I would have like something I did not see, so you have to be good at planning. And then your books are still, you know, in the locker at school, so you won't be able to study. But I think that happened a couple times. But for me, it's a bit better because then I won't have to carry all of my books back home for a day. But another thing about school for my little brother is that the hours right now are longer, right? Like he's gonna go to school again next week. Right now he still has summer vacation for I think about a week. And when I come back home next week, he has to go back to school. Not great, but if you come off, no, I don't like wearing a backpack on my back, really. And also for touring, like I just want my body to be completely like free, only like a shirt, and I have everything on the bike, you know, on the back of the bike. Oh, on the back. Oh, of course. Yeah, I saw the rack. I see Morocco. Morocco's a cool country. I've heard some great stories about Morocco. Would be a very cool place to visit one day. Anyways, we've been going for about an hour, I think, right? About an hour. Yeah, back of the bike. Yeah, I was thinking, didn't how to say it. Well, if I read like, I'll put my backpack on the back rack. Could have been like, otherwise it would have been on my back. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, we've been going on for about an hour now. Yeah, I think this was another cool live stream, guys. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. Like, just gets me excited for the future, and I do see that my future plans are a bit unclear. Like I just made a little summary, and I think I'll make a separate video or maybe do like a post on Facebook or Instagram about like my future plan and kind of break it down. But the thing is, guys, it changes so much. I know that my plan, like I think it was like 2 weeks ago, or was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, I think about 2 weeks ago was totally different than it is now because Joseph came up with this plan. What am I doing again? You're doing it again. What am I doing again? Sorry. It's, you know, like words like you're doing it again, or what else did Nick say? Or I knew it. Like it has a little delay, so maybe you can be a bit teasing. I'm teasing, right? I know. I'm just teasing the crap out of you guys. It's not fun, is it? Well, anyways, if you follow me on Patreon, you'll get more teasing. Yeah. No, but yeah. It's just so cool, guys. It's really nice, and yeah, I just have a great time. That's all I can say, really. Even though I'm in like a coffee shop, and yeah, I'm in a good mood. Oh, definitely, I'm in a great mood. It's just that I'm trying to carry this to me editing videos in a good mood, but to be honest, I don't hate, or I do hate. No. I don't love. That's how I have to put it. I don't love editing videos because it's just a boring task. You know, it's just boring to do that. Oh, Nick is gonna sign up for Patreon. Thank you. That's awesome. You can decide lots of stuff, man. And I'm gonna talk about this podcast idea that I have. That's it's gonna come out really soon. I hope you like it, by the way. That's and about Patreon, I added a goal. So my goal, I've got two goals. The first one is $300 a month. Right now, I have about 116, which is really helping me out a lot. 15 patrons are supporting that, which is really great. And my goal is if I can get to 300. I didn't really do anything explicit. If you guys have any suggestions for what I should do, you know what? That's a you decide. That's next week's you decide topic. So if you're part of it, yeah, you can step in for $1 as well. Like, you know, do something like very low tier, and you can already have a vote and you decide. Like, it's super easy. But anyways, for $300, I still need to think of something, or you guys can suggest something to me that I should do when I hit that target. So maybe anything special for my patrons. Maybe I can send you something. Open a merch line, which I don't know. I'm not popular enough for that. No way. I don't know. Maybe. Would that be possible? No idea. Anyway, it's a cool idea, isn't it? Like some TravelingTice shirts or hats, like small things, like a hat or like a little pen or a mug or a bike. But bike stickers would be a cool idea, wouldn't it? Some TravelingTice bike stickers. That would be cool. It's a small, simple item. And then I have another goal on Patreon, which is 1,000. James will buy the t-shirts. Okay, cool. I have 1,000 a month, which is really, it's a lot of money. But it would help me out like so much because all the money that I receive from Patreon goes directly into YouTube or into TravelingTice again. You know, it goes directly into that stuff. Some of my videos have thousands of hits. True, yeah, there are some videos, but most of those videos are for people that are looking for a specific thing, and some of those people stick around. A prime example of that is Bishek or Zbigniew, the guy that I stayed with in Poland, because he bought the Trek 520 bike frame before he knew me, and then I think he didn't really know how to put it, but I assume that he was looking like Trek 520 on YouTube, found me, stuck around, and now he's like a great fan, and we had like the best experience in the world. So yeah, I want to make more videos about that. My TravelingTice t-shirt is cool. It is. I like that logo, but I also like that little world sign logo. So maybe what I was thinking of doing like a simplified version of my, like a little globe that I'm recycling in it, and putting that on like a bright yellow shirts, because that color that I wear, like my prime bicycle shirt, I think it's the best color, to be honest. A web shop, maybe. But you know what it is, guys? Like most people, they say that you should start with it only when you have like 10,000 subscribers. Sort of like that's the minimum that you should have before you can do that. But those are some ideas that I might do in the future. Maybe bike stickers would be, you know, a good start to start that off. But anyways, I was saying something about Patreon. So I was saying that Patreon, if I get $1,000 a month, I'm gonna write a book, and I don't know what it's gonna be about, but I'm gonna write a book about my life. Maybe I have been thinking about maybe, you know, I want to write a book in certain. I want to write. I have a few ideas for it. Maybe like my first, like cycling through Europe, cycling through 13 countries in Europe, or maybe you want, like, if you have any suggestions or what you want to read as a book from me. Any particular topics you're interested in, because I can go really broad. You know, I can go from topics about bicycle touring specific to personal life, you know. And if I reach $1,000 a month on Patreon, no doubt I'm gonna start writing a book. My mom can do the packing and sending. All right, guys, we have a business here. That is great. A cookbook. There is already a cookbook out, the Bike Camp cookbook. I can tell a very interesting story about my journey into becoming more of a cook on the road. And it is my goal. Like I really like cooking. I do have sort of like not a talent, not at all, but I do have a certain interest in it. Uh, yeah. Geography Now is another channel that I like to follow. And my little brother likes to follow too. And he just mentioned that he started the web shop at 1 million subscribers, but for him it went fast. You know, you got like, and then when he had some breathing space, I was like, okay, let's open a web shop. Um, a lot of exciting. I know, guys. It's crazy. I'm so excited. No, it's cool. But I should take it easy, one step at a time. So right now I'm just catching up on the edits. I'm gonna explore Prague, do some cool videos here. Then I'm gonna go back home, work on my TravelingTice podcast, as well as making some reviews, doing some topical videos, cycling around my area. Sorry, I'm teasing all that stuff. I'm kind of reciting my thesis. I have a good mom. I'm so thankful. I love you, mom, and my dad, and my whole family, and my little brother. Just, it's great. Like I can see, for example, other YouTubers that are doing like a sort of thing that's out of the ordinary, and you see that their parents are not very supportive, to say the least. And of course, my dad is a little bit skeptical, but he does support me in what I'm doing. And as long as I don't get myself into too much of trouble, he thinks I'm doing fine. So yeah, it's really cool. Anyways, I've been going for a while now. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna end it here. I had a great time. I'm gonna sleep very well tonight because I'm getting really tired. I can already feel, which is kind of weird because I'm just like I'm looking at myself, talking to a screen, and I see some people around me. Nobody really bothers me, to be honest. I just do this, and yeah, love you, mom. Love you. Enjoyed it. Thank you, Candace. Thank you for being on Patreon and tuning in. Yeah, this one was a lot of fun, really. Like a lot of announcements, and I think this would be a live stream that I can like recommend to other people to watch if they want a little bit more of a in-depth knowledge about my future, my intentions for the upcoming month. It's sort of like a podcast already, isn't it? It's sort of like a podcast, isn't it? Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Have a nice day, everyone. Have a nice morning, evening, wherever you might be. Yeah, it's I'm just having a blast, and yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, now you guys know a little bit more about my future intentions, my plans, my everything. Now it's time to put it all into practice and put it to use. So I don't know what I did there. I have no idea. But I think people around me are starting to think I need to be in a mental institution or something. Anyways, take care, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching during whatever you were doing. Yeah, it was cool. Anyways, keep the encouragement up. I'm trying. I'm gonna do my best. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. Thank you. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye.